There's many scenes associated with the traditional beauty of the Scottish Highlands. The towns nestling by the lochs, the salmon fishing, a ferry taking tourists to the islands, even the odd visiting Russian ship. But there's another more economic and dynamic side to the area, the busy North Sea oil fields. And this harbour could be the site of a new oil boom, only now it'll be based in the Atlantic rather than the North Sea. Scabster in Caithness is the northernmost port on the Scottish mainland, and it's all set to become Britain's Atlantic oil capital. As production in the North Sea levels out, massive new reserves have been found in the Atlantic, and Scabster is ideally placed to take advantage of the new field. Geoffrey Minter is chairman of the Scabster Harbour Trust. He's in no doubt the town has the right sort of natural credentials to become the new Houston of the Highlands.
Although Scabster Harbour is on the north coast, it actually faces south, protected by cliffs to its north, which gives us shelter. Next door to our existing harbour, right alongside us, is deep, deep water, and all we have to do is to embrace that with a quay, and therefore we have a deep water harbour. We're not like an estuary where you have to dig out deep water. We've got the deep water there, all we have to do is to encompass it. So we have a protected deep water harbour, accessible 7 days a week, 24 hours a day.
Not that Scabster's traditional fishing industry needs any help. Last year, the value of fish landings at the harbour rose to the equivalent of a record $30 million US, making it the main white fish harbour in the region. The port has an excellent location, close to the rich fishing grounds of the North Sea and the Atlantic. Most of the local fishermen support the plans to capture the new oil trade, which could be worth some $475 million in supplying the rigs alone. And although Geoffrey Minter is a relative newcomer to the area, he's committed himself to the campaign for Scabster to become the gateway to the Atlantic fields. His position as a landowner granted him entry to the harbour's board of trustees, and he's since been elected to the unpaid job of chairman. The Dounreay nuclear power station is another plus in Scabster's bid to become the Klondike of the North. Built in 1955, it was one of the first atomic power stations in Britain. Dounreay already works closely with North Sea oil production companies on descaling radioactive particles from oil pipes. Director John Baxter says the power station could also benefit from opportunities provided by the opening up of the new Atlantic fields.
Dounreay has the only connection to the national grid in the very north of Scotland, so we have an ideal opportunity to try and plug into the electrical network in some way and supply electricity. That would need some energy source, and if the west of Shetland fields have the gas that we believe they have, then there's an ideal opportunity there. A lot of ifs there, but I firmly believe that there is good business prospects, and we're pursuing them very vigorously.
Another local company which stands to gain new orders is JGC Welding at nearby Holkirk. Their reputation has been established over a number of years. The firm, originally a blacksmith's, was founded in 1870. In 1972, it diversified into high-tech engineering and has grown ever since. It now provides manufacturing, engineering and welding services to the nuclear and oil-related industries. JGC has been involved in the decommissioning of Dounreay Power Station by manufacturing containers for the radioactive materials. If the so-called Atlantic frontier opens, as predicted, then JGC is poised to expand further. But some people fear the new oil riches will turn Scabster into the sort of village portrayed in the film Local Hero, where the traditional Highland lifestyle threatened to become submerged by a wave of petrodollars. Most, however, welcome the chance of boosting the local economy. If the oil bonanza hits the village, Then this harbour will be a whirlwind of activity. The government is in the process of awarding licences to the multinationals who want to drill for oil in the Atlantic fields, which stretch from the Shetland Islands down to Ireland. Analysts say the Atlantic contains 30% of Britain's known oil reserves, some 3.5 billion barrels, and will guarantee supplies into the next century. It's expected that some 3,000 jobs would be created in the area. There are already plans to build a new 700-metre breakwater as the first stage in a multi-million-dollar harbour expansion programme. If the harbour does become the main supply depot for the new fields, then these scenes will be consigned forever to the Scotland of the tourist brochures.